Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. So in this video I am prepping this hair to install some knotless box braids, and the hair has been washed and deep conditioned, and I'm gonna try to blow dry it now because blow drying it will make it easier for us to part the hair, and it will ensure that she's not feeling pain when we part, and it also help us when we try to hide the hair inside the extensions, because if we braid it in its natural state, it's gonna be harder for me to hide her hair inside the extensions. All right, now I know that we just did a blow dry video recently, but even you must admit that this hair is kind of different. She did not put it in plaits or twists as I normally do with my girls and myself before I blow dry. So the hair kind of shrunk, and now it's really not really tangled, but it's just, very difficult to manipulate. So as you can see, I'm trying to get it to be a little bit malleable by softening it with some aloe juice, some Cantu cream, and working my fingers through the hair gradually and gently so as not to cause pain. Even though this girl is so tender-headed, she would just make faces even when I like just the width of my hand near the head, and she just starts making faces. I'm like, I haven't even touched the hair yet. Like, anyway, so I'm doing all of this because I want to make the hair a little bit softer. When she washed the hair, she didn't apply anything to it. I know I was paying attention to something else. I would have insisted that she should, apply some cream or some, shea butter, and maybe put the hair in plaits. But, I was just, if I let you listen to what I'm telling her right now, I'm just berating her like, don't you watch my YouTube videos? Have you ever seen me leave my hair like this? I was giving her crap the whole time, like, you should know better. You've been watching my videos. You know that I don't let hair sit like this because it's going to tangle and it's going to hurt. So anyway, so this is what we have to deal with. And I know that a lot of people tend to do this where they have, like hair that's this texture, and then they wash it and then just let it shrink, and then when it's tangled and difficult to manipulate, then they complain that their hair is so difficult to manage. I mean, your hair is difficult to manage because you didn't take good care of it, right? You need to put it in twist. I'm sorry, if you leave it the way she left it, it's just gonna get matted and tangled, which makes it difficult for you or makes it painful when anybody tries to do anything with the hair. So now I'm trying to just, comb it using this afro comb here to just comb it a little bit because the ends are really tangled. And I'm just trying to comb through gently, holding the hair at the base because she's very tender-headed. Normally when you're trying to detangle hair like this, you have to hold it at the base and comb gradually. You start from the ends and then you gradually go up until it's properly detangled. I would have tried to do the finger detangling, which is my most preferred method of detangling, but we didn't have time. We had to install the braids and we only had a few hours, right? So this is what we're doing. And you can see her being all dramatic there, crying as if and of course this is, I have fast forwarded this part, so just so you know, we're not going this fast because obviously if we do that, it's going to hurt. I was very gentle, trying to hold the hair at the base before combing, and then I started to part the hair in small sections in order to blow dry. I have two different blow dryers. One is the brush that I used in my previous video, and for this particular one I'm using a different blow dryer. And of course we always start with we start by spraying on some heat protectant, and you never want to blow dry without applying your heat protectant first. No, whatever it is. And I'm using this comb attachment because I want to use that comb to comb the hair gently. I was a bit reluctant to use the brush because I felt that it would snag more since her hair is not properly detangled. So I prefer the comb. That way the heat is working to loosen up those strands of hair, and then you're combing gradually, right? So we're going just little small sections at a time, not taking too much of hair so that it's smooth and not too painful. thing I like about this blow dryer is, I mean, even both blow dryers that I have, the Rev Air one and this one, I'm gonna put the name in the description box for anyone who might be interested in getting it. I think I bought it from Amazon as well. It has 3 different heat settings. It has the cool, the medium, and then the high. And when I start combing the hair like this, when it's still tangled, I'm just using the low heat, just because we haven't really detangled it yet, and I don't want to just blast the high heat. And then, you know, always trying to minimize the heat damage, guys, as much as we can. You know, you don't want to go crazy with the heat if you can help it. So there's a lot of, you know, gradual combing there. Obviously, if you're blow drying your hair, you want to make sure that your hair is detangled before you even start. It makes it easier, it's faster, and you don't use as much heat. Now in this situation, we have a person who didn't detangle their hair. So you just have to do your best to still minimize the heat that you expose the hair to, while at the same time ensuring that you get the results without causing pain, you know. It's a balance. It's a balancing act, you know. You see how she's admiring her hair and enjoying the length. I don't think there's any falsy girl that doesn't like to see her hair stretched out. It's just beautiful to see your real length, you know. When it's in its natural state, it's shrunken. You know, you don't really get to see how long it is. And I guess it makes people feel good to see their hair, their actual hair length, right? If you're thinking that this session took us forever, you are very correct. You see the head of hair that she's carrying? It's a lot of hair, and we had to work in small sections on hair that was not, you know, previously detangled properly. So we had to be gentle. It took us a while. And about, maybe, I would say maybe about an hour, 30 minutes, yeah. But we had to do it this way so that when we begin installing the braids, it won't be painful. I'm not a fan of hearing people scream when I'm doing their hair, so I want to do everything that I can to make sure that the process is as smooth as possible. So there I am, putting it on the, you know, low heat setting, not a high one, because high is when we have actually gotten the tangles out, and then we apply the high heat to just, you know, maybe just give it that final stretch and make it, you know, properly stretched, but only at the end after we've detangled with the low heat. So at some point I decided to start, you know, actually combing the hair without the heat before I start to blow dry. And I think doing it that way made it a little bit faster. I wish I thought about it when I first started. So I used an Afro comb, one of these big combs you're going to see shortly. I use it to, you know, comb the hair, and then when I'm sure that, you know, it's detangled to some extent, that's when I start to actually apply the heat. And doing it this way, honestly, it made it go faster, and I wish I had thought about it sooner. So I guess the lesson learned from this video is that on your wash day, when you're done washing and deep conditioning your hair, please do not let it shrink without putting it in maybe twist or some kind of braid or cornrow or whatever. No matter how big they are, even if it's like jumbo twist, as long as you just do something with the hair so that it's not shrinking back to its natural state, because when it does that, it's gonna tangle, it's gonna dry up, and then when it's time to install your hairstyle, you're gonna struggle so much with detangling it. The best thing to do after your wash day is to put your hair in plaits or twist or cornrows or threading, whatever you need to do to make sure that it does not shrink. All right, so we're gonna start with the knotless braid installation, but of course that's going to make the video too long, so we're going to save it for another day. And this is how much hair we lost, which was not so bad considering how much tangled and matted the hair was, right? So all right, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, okay? Thank you very much. Bye bye.